Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Tennessee. It was a beautiful day yesterday. I'm at the point that I'm going to say something that I've been wanting to say for a long time. CDC came out this week, said if you've been vaccinated, there's no need to wear a mask anymore. There's no need to be socially distant anymore. Mayor Cooper came out and lifted the mask mandate for Davidson County. At Una, we are taking the stand of changing our COVID protocol to say if you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. If you feel uncomfortable and feel like you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. It is all up to you. We're glad that we are at this point. We're glad that people can use their own personal freedoms to decide whether they want to wear the mask or not wear the mask. We do want to ask you to be respectful of other people, depending on which decision they make. That's all up to them. I want to encourage everybody that hasn't had the vaccine to go ahead and get the vaccine. I think all this talk that's scaring people off of the vaccine is a bunch of hooey. Vaccine is a vaccine that basically the basis of that vaccine, as I understand it, has been around for a long time. I believe it fought the SARS virus back, and they just took that vaccine and tweaked it to be specific to this virus. I don't think there's any risk for the majority of people to take this vaccine. And I want to encourage you to continue to do that. I got it because I didn't want to get sick, and I still don't want to get sick. So I hope you encourage you to do that. But at worship, masks are a thing of the past if you don't want to wear one. If you want to wear one, I hope you continue to do that. But it's all up to you. I want to ask you to think about something this morning. When is it the easiest for you to be nice and kind and helpful to other people? Might be easier for you to think about the flip side of that. When is it the easiest for you to be disrespectful and hateful to other people? You know, when I look at it, I tend to feel like when I am feeling good and things are going right, and life is easy, it's easier for me to love and care and be nice and helpful to other people. And yet when I am beat up and I'm down and I'm frustrated and things just don't seem to be going right and I'm worried about this or worried about that, that's when it's the easiest to be disrespectful and hateful to others. Even to those that are closest to me. Maybe even especially to those that are closest to me. When I am beat up and frustrated and feel like I've got so much stuff going on that I can't get it done, the motivation to love others seems to be far from me. It's hard to put that stuff aside and love people like I should. You know, I grew up in the church, and I grew up as a young person really believing that it was hard for me to lead a good enough life to be acceptable to God. That no matter what I did, I wasn't going to be good enough to make it to heaven, or because of what I was doing, I wasn't going to be good enough to make it to heaven. How could I ever be good enough to do that? And yet Jesus says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You know, Jesus offers us help. I want to read to you in Matthew chapter 11. Beginning in verse 28. Jesus says, come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. When we feel down, when we feel beaten up, when we feel inadequate, think about all that Jesus has done for us, all that he's taught us, and what we have as his children. Be safe. Stay well out there.